Welcome back. I'm Lynda Kinkade. Good to have you with us. Well, major flooding across New York City has closed roads and suspended subway lines. Take a look at this video from a normally busy Brooklyn subway station. Rainwater just pouring down the stairs into the station below. 10 train lines are suspended, and that's just in Brooklyn alone. Subway service around the famous Rockefeller Plaza also had to be shut down, and flooding has also shut down traffic on major roads such as the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway and portions of the Interstate 87 in the Bronx. A month's worth of rain fell in just 3 hours in some areas. Incredible scenes. Well, the flooding comes as workers prepare for more impending travel chaos caused by a government shutdown. Essential federal employees at airports are expected to show up for work, but they won't be paid if the government closes. Something that's much more likely after a key vote in the House failed a short time ago. And that raises the very real dilemma that some may even quit. Others will be furloughed if a deal can't be reached. Well, for more on what this means for the travel industry, I'm joined by CNN business editor at large, Richard Quest. Always good to have you with us, Richard. So the consequences of a government shutdown are far and wide. It will affect workers that work for US Customs, like the TSA workers, Federal Aviation Administration as well, air traffic control workers. They are considered essential, so they should be going to work, but they won't be paid, right?
Right, so there are three types of worker. There is the exempt, there's the accepted, and there are the furloughed. Just looking at that now, the exempt are the ones you're talking about. They work in safety and essential services. They still have to go to work. They don't get paid whilst the shutdown continues, although what happens is a resolution is passed afterwards to give them back pay. The problem is some of them may not turn up. And if you're talking about air traffic controllers, TSA and border guards, they may find all sorts of reasons, illness, sick outs, whatever, that they just don't turn up, and the numbers of delays increase. This is a system that is already under strain. It is at almost capacity on many days and many hours. And so to put this extra additional pressure on such a vital part of the US economy is very damaging. And one other thing, various fees that the FAA would receive from airlines, from passenger duties and all those sort of things, that money won't be, it'll be collected by the airlines, but there won't be the transmission mechanism to give it to the FAA, which will be losing tens of millions of dollars every day.
And Richard, can you just remind our viewers of the sort of airport delays experienced in previous government shutdowns, especially the 35-day shutdown at the end of 2018, start of 2019? And could things be worse this time, especially given those challenges that you've referred to, the staffing challenges that the FAA have already spoken about?
Right, yes. I mean, it could be worse, although remember 2018 was before the pandemic, therefore at the height of travel numbers. But yes, of course it could be worse for the very simple reason the system is straining already. You saw what happened recently when there was an FAA meltdown. What is going to, I think, invariably take place is that the airlines themselves will designate which flights they're going to get out. Which ones are they going to run? Which are the flights that they're absolutely essential they're going to get out? But there's no question. Look, this is going to be everywhere. You're looking at a picture just there of the Capitol, but you're going to have national parks that'll be closed, or at least in many cases closed. Some cases they will be open. If it's like the Washington Mall, well, there'll be no toilets, there'll be no park rangers, there'll be no wardens, there'll be nothing like that. You're going to have social security checks could be delayed. You're going to have the entire panoply and infrastructure of the US federal government literally going to a skeleton staff. And I have to say tonight, Lynda, that this is now more likely than not. The procedural gymnastics that would have to take place both in Senate and House to circumnavigate are too great. The only thing that would happen would be if the recalcitrant Republicans came on board, about 15 or 20 of them. But there's no evidence tonight that that's what they would do.
No, it certainly doesn't look like that's going to happen. It looks like there will be a government shutdown from midnight on Saturday. Richard Quest, good to have you on the program. We will tune into Quest Means Business next hour. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, a U.S. government shut